Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel and happy August 1st. July was a pretty good month, especially journaling and planning wise, so I'm just going to take you through a little flip of everything that I ended up using throughout the month. So let's get into it. Grab yourself a drink, water, caffeine, if it's the nighttime, a little adult beverage, whatever you please, or get your journals out and hang out with me, I guess. So I'm gonna try and stay in frame for all the video, but yeah, let's get into it and let's dive into these bad boys. And I will leave timestamps for every particular book and what it has to do with my system in the description, so you can jump around if you please. So I guess I'll start with my Filofax because there's not a lot that happened in this one this month. I did use it a little bit more, but I need to put a star for July because something I've been loving is just marking off the months as they go. Just a fun thing. So Snoopy's July, done, into August. So basically I just used this section, my my silly little pen test. I just used this week on 2 pages horizontal spread as like my on the go notes, like when I clean. And I also wasn't in it the entire month. I got back into it, and so I really did utilize it more and more. Like this, I did some things, and no, this is today. So yeah, this is from Monday the 27th through yesterday the 31st. So yeah, as you can tell, I had a birthday menu to adhere to because it was my mom's birthday, and so we celebrated. I cooked a lot. So that's what happened for that week on 2 pages. I did end up filling out my habit tracker spread for the month of July. And this is who's this by? This is an insert from The Ghosting Pen, which is Lindsay Scribbles. And she has these really cool downloads that you just print off and then you fill them out. So I didn't do a sleep tracker, but I did do my just like low-key habits. And then for this month, I have filled it out with a couple more because I really do like seeing it in this listed format. So there's that. Let's see. In my book section, I did add a few more here. Yep, I read 52 books, not in the month, obviously, but I think I read, let's see, I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I read 12 books in July, which is not my normal, so just let that be known. Also, I'm in a reading slump, I think, now. But yeah, so I read all those books, wrote them down, and that's about it for the Filofax. The Filofax is just like my little cutie patootie, even though she's not little. I have told the story before, but I ordered this on eBay because I really wanted to try out Filofax planning at the beginning of the year. And the seller said that this was a pocket size, and it came and it was personal, so it was big. I still kept it though. The next thing we're going to get into is my Hobonichi weeks, which has been a lot of things for me, and I had to update a little bit more of it. In fact, we'll do that right now. We'll update my reading journal only slightly because I don't have the other books to update with. But if you don't know, if you haven't seen that video, I do a book cover spread in the back of the Hobonichi weeks, and there I just literally print out the book covers and stick them into the back, just to have something fun to look at, and it makes it nice and chunky in the back. So let's look at that first, I guess. Okay, so here are all the books, all the book covers. I had quite a few 5-star reads, which, I mean, I feel like I was a little too generous, but actually, I don't care, because if I liked the book, I liked the book. So I gave The Odyssey, by Homer, of course, The Long Walk by Richard Bachman, aka Stephen King, 5 stars, both those 5 stars. I gave Caliban's War. What did I give that book, actually? I really don't remember. So it's a good thing I have my my Filofax, because I would not remember. I really wouldn't. I had 3 5 stars in a row. That's crazy, man. Okay, Caliban's War by James S.A. Corey, 5 stars. The Compound by Aisling Rowell. I said that's so strange. I'm so sorry. Aisling Rowell. I gave that 4 stars. And My Cousin Rachel by Daphne du Maurier, 5 stars. I had a very good reading month. And I do kind of in-depth interviews. I do in-depth reviews on my booktube channel, which I will link down in my description. So that is the update. 52 books read. This is what it looks like. All set up. Almost to the end of this page. The next page will be green. Yay. Okay, and then as for the weekly section, actually, let's go to the monthly, because I just received my newest Coffee Monsters Co. order, and I really just got this order because I really wanted to set up my monthly, because I do love the monthly kits. They are fun. So here was July. Here, I got July kind of late, so I was only able to put in the stickers today as of August 1st, but that's okay, because I liked doing it retroactively. And then here you can see I just listed out all the books that I read. Yeah, and then I set up August, but we will look at that next month. For my weeklies, here are the weeklies that I have for July. Okay, so June started here. So as you can see, I did a very wide range of things this month. There was a strawberry theme, because sometimes I feel like I do too much on my decorating of my planner, and then it just looks a little too interesting to me. So I ended up doing this format for the entire month and like trying to keep it simple. But so I did my trackers over here, and I don't mind, you will learn this, I don't mind rewriting things and having redundancies. I don't know why. In life, I don't like to repeat myself, but I like to rewrite myself. I don't know. Again, so there's pink and green. This was my exercise section, and I used this as kind of like a tasks dump. So then the next week, again, I did too much color-wise because I was having a lot of fun using my Scrivener pen that was inked up with, what is the ink? It's a green ink called Shin Ryoku. So I was using that. And yeah, it was pretty much the same format. The third week didn't really work. I don't know what happened here, but yeah, here was my spread. Very brown. Brown in, not August, brown in July was not clicking for me, but it's very coffee themed. And then this is a week that I did not actually fill out the week of. I did this one, I back planned it because I left it blank the entire week. But I do like this because I used up some stickers that I had, and I used one of my fountain pens, and I did actually, like, I watched a couple of movies or a couple of things, and so that was fun. Like, I watched Obsession, and I watched, what did I watch? The Reminders of Him? Yeah, I watched Reminders of Him, Obsession, and The Prestige. I rewatched The Prestige because I've seen it before, but it hadn't been since I was a child that I watched it. And then I also watched a little bit of Last Night in Soho, but it was scaring me. And I don't get scared. Like, I wasn't scared by Obsession, but I was scared by Last Night in Soho. Don't ask me why. So, and this is when I read my 51st book of the year. And then I also did a lot of, like, crocheting. And I got more into running the next week. Here's my current week. Here's where I did some different stuff, and we are, of course, Saturday is the first, so this is July for you. But basically, I saw this kind of spread, and then I wanted to copy it. I don't know where I found it, though, so I'm sorry. But basically, I did my workouts here. I've been running more, so I wanted to keep track of that because I am tentatively doing a half marathon at the end of the year. Check back to see if I do it. Maybe I won't, but who knows. I haven't paid the registration fee yet. But yeah, workouts. I actually did my meals here, which I have been very consistent with. I also would say don't use a Muji 0.5 pen if you are impatient because it will smear. On this side, in this column, I did the temperature and drew a little doodle for like what the weather was like. And then habits here, currently reading and watching. I watched iRobot for the first time in years since it came out, and I watched it when I was a kid, obviously. And I watched The Running Man, which is an adaptation of a Stephen King or a Richard Bachman novel. And it was very interesting. It has Glenn Powell in it, and it wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst, and I enjoyed watching it. And then I did my sleep scores here. You can see they got worse and worse, but we're not going to talk about it. And then books that I read. I'm still reading this Woven Kingdom by Taha Mafi. It has not been entertaining me as much as I thought it would, but I did, of course, read My Cousin Rachel, gave it 5 stars. It was great. So that is my Hobonichi weeks. I don't know if I'm going to continue this for the next week, but we'll see. But I've been having fun planning in this thing. The next book I will show you is my Hobonichi A6, my techo. We're going to take it out of the cover so you can see how chunky it has gotten. And this is where I'm kind of sad because I don't know if I'm continuing on with this, but it has been so lovely to fill it out. And also I drew on the top. Here it is in all its glory. Here is how chunky it's gotten. I really love how thick it has gotten. But yeah, I actually have managed to continue filling it out. And let's go over the spreads that I did in the month of July. I will redact when necessary. So, of course, so here's my cover page for July. I didn't know what to do, so I just stuck in some strawberry shortcake stickers. Cutie, right? July 1st and 2nd. I don't know what happened these days. I did not write, and that's okay. Blank pages are not the end of the world. I did do these spreads retroactively. So here was the start of Summerween, July 3rd, which is a readathon, a reading challenge basically, that Gabby Reads hosts every year, which is like Halloween in the summertime. and I just think it's a really cute premise. So I started that. That's where I read a majority of my books during that readathon, which was a week long. Here I said I ran like the wind. That's cool. Here, these are nothing burger spreads. These were not good. I was trying something out, like writing on the sides, and I didn't like it. So, there you go. Again, still writing on the sides. Nothing really to say here. July 9th and 10th. Oh, here was when I was like, ooh. Headers. Love it. Here's where we got interesting. I ended up using some zebra sarasas because I have some nice colors that I could use, and I ended up doing a lot of like that format. So my dad got me a copy of the Iliad. Sick. I've yet to read it, but hopefully I'll read it soon, one day. Again, continuing this format. And this was using this sticker set from Last Wish. I just got it on Amazon randomly, and it's really cool for like little cutesy decorations if you'd like to put a little pizzazz in there. Talking about the Odyssey a lot in these. Editing. I know this is kind of a personal one, so we're going to redact that a little bit, but here's where I started writing more. Now, I was thinking about quitting this entirely, and that's why I didn't really write on these pages, but I finished The Long Walk, and I added this sticker from a sticker book that's like I'll put the picture of the sticker book set, but Alice in Wonderland is a book that is referenced in The Long Walk, so I thought this would be a nice addition here, and I just wanted to fill the page, so that's what I did. I got some new earbuds because my other ones were frayed and they weren't working, so I did a little sketch of that. Got back into writing, and I like the color scheme that I went with here. I read Caliban's War, loved it. I got some Happy Mail. This was a bad day, but I got through it. I was just feeling like really annoyed. And then wrote a little bit over here. I really like these spreads. I do. I think they're really fun, and I think that I was going towards a better flow of like what I like on a page. Like I like a big sticker and then writing around it. I really enjoy it. And then I did use the top section for a couple of to-dos. I don't really know what to use for this like checklist section. I don't really think it works for me. Oh, again, this is when I started getting back into my cursive writing because I have not used cursive. It's a lost art. I have not used it since I learned it in grade school. So I got back into it, and you can see I drank some tea. These pages were kind of like nothing burger pages, but you know what? I did this one last night, actually. They don't actually look terrible, this one in particular. This one, I don't know what happened here, but this is a chalk drawing that I saw one of the neighbor kids do. So I took a picture of it because I thought it was cute. And I was coming home from one of my runs, and then I saw that, and I was like, oh, it's like childhood distilled. There were a lot more chalk drawings that were so cute too, but the neighbor probably thought I was cuckoo because I was just like sweaty and out of breath, and then I took out my phone and was like, oh, picture, and then I ran on by. And then here was yesterday, and we're caught up. This is a martini glass with some martini olives. And I'm not an artist, so I messed up on the dimensions of the martini glass, so I had to continue drawing on top of it. Anyway, I like the olives. I think that they look great. And yeah, that is my Hobonichi Techo A6. She is very, very chunky. Love her. Would never list her. Let's put it back in. Oh, I forgot I had this bad boy. So this was a journal that started out as one thing and became another and is still becoming another. So I don't really know what I wrote in here. When did I read Summer Romance? Oh, okay. I read a lot more than I thought I did. So here's just a flip through of my Stalogy A5 that I think I'm just going to use as a book review journal. So I need to continue updating my book reviews, but here's the gist. There's a lot of writing on these pages. Not these pages. I like these. I think I'll continue doing this in like little collages for what I read or the books that stand out to me. My Lamy was running out of ink at this point, or the ink cartridge wasn't sitting right, so it didn't look great, but I fixed it. Here's why I was like geeking out about the long walk. Then I was talking about crochet, because I'm trying to crochet a sweater. I have stopped, but I'm gonna keep going. I promise you that. And I haven't really done anything else since the 26th. And yeah, so I need to update with my thoughts on a couple of other books. Like I need to update on Caliban's War and another 5-star. Oh, My Cousin Rachel, like stuff like that. I just need to like get in here and mark off. And I was thinking about doing a whole weekly spread, like making my own, but then I decided against it. So I just drew these pencil marks to see what it would look like, and I did not like the way it would look. So that's my Stalogy. Not terrible, but we didn't really utilize her as much as we could, / we will this coming month. And the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is something that's kind of new but kind of old, which is my Hobonichi A5 Cousin. This is my 2025, and I plucked her back out of obscurity to use her because I wanted to use the weeklies. Something I've loved has been the weeklies this week, because I didn't do any from the others. So I just redated my weekly section. What's over here? Because as you can see, there's lots of pages that I just have not used, and I'm like, why not use them? This was last year, and then it goes right into, ooh, sticker came off. Right into this year. So yeah, I did some habits. Again, I like redundancy in particular places. I use this kind of as a memory keeper / like, you know, if I have a sticker of what I did, I write it, I put it in there. Coffee Monday, crochet, reading, TV. I made a cake. As I said yesterday, was my mom's birthday, so I made her a cake. I made her lots of things. Chicken marsala. I did a lot of writing here because it was a busy day, and I was just I was a little irritable, but I was still fine. I just was like having a day. So yeah, that was my weeks, and I think I like the color palette. I gotta say, Hello Kitty, cute. I have a random Hello Kitty washi tape roll, and I decided to use it. And then also, can I just show you this? One of my students gave me this last year, and I think it is so cute, so precious. She drew this. Like, that's cute. Peppa Pig. So I didn't do a bunch of dailies, because I did use it, because I wanted to see. So, spoiler alert for next week. I did purchase Hobonichi Cousin Avec, which is July through December. I wanted to try out the size of the A5 and filling it out and seeing if I could do it reliably to see if I wanted more space, because the A6 is so small and limited. I feel like sometimes when I have a lot to say, I don't have a lot of space to say it. And I have other journals I can like free flow thoughts in, but I really like to have things in one place. So I decided to come back into my old Hobonichi A5 and just journal and see if I could commit to doing it. And so I did. Where's my first entry? So, I had to find spaces where I hadn't written, so I have to go to them. So the first day that I did, okay, here was July 27th, 28th. So we'll go forward and then we'll go back because I had to find spaces, obviously. But so here was what I was using the space for. So like I tried out what some people like. I know Helen from the Coffee Monsters Co. She does like, you know, tasks and to-do items. So I tried that out. I was really upset that I used this color ink because it doesn't go with the red. It kind of clashes. So I was kind of upset with myself, but you live and you learn. So then I just stuck with black for the next day. I really like this spread and this spread. I like them. So I did a strawberry theme because I had a bunch of strawberry shortcake stickers. And again, I was getting back into cursive, and I love the way that this pen, my Uniball pen, writes in cursive. It does skip a little bit, which is unfortunate, but I really love the blackness of the ink, and I like the thickness. It's a 0.38. So yeah, I love this spread. And then I used these pages last year for like work notes, so I had to go back in time. And the 30th, I have, here's the 30th. And then the 31st, which I didn't finish writing, so I'll probably do that today. But yeah, I just really enjoyed it. And I got a little pencil board to mark my place and help write. But yeah, those are all my journals and my knickknacks and what happened throughout the month. When did I read Summer Romance? What the heck, man? Why don't I have that written down? Oh, I think it's because I read the majority of Summer Romance in June. So I don't know when I counted it, but whatever, it doesn't matter. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video, and thank you guys for all of the comments, trying to help me out and like think through what I want to do for next year. A lot of people have said try the Sterling Ink Common Planner because it has lots of different formats and it's really customizable basically to what you as the person wants. Some people say that the paper is nice, some people say it's not, so I don't know. I've had people say to use a Weeks and like turn it like this and use it as a vertical, which I've seen that before and I think it's really cool, but I don't know how I would like that because it doesn't have the time, you know, it doesn't have the times, so I don't know. I could obviously write that in. I've had people say to go with a cousin for next year for 2027 because it is so big, and I was saying I feel like I want it, but I don't know. So yeah, and then I've just had people commenting what they're doing, and I think it's really cool reading those comments and seeing what people are deciding to do and getting inspiration from them. So thank you. If you left a comment and if you left a like, thank you, thank you, thank you. I've really enjoyed starting this channel and having it, and just being very, like, getting into the community because I really enjoyed that. I don't know. So thank you for watching is what I'm trying to say. Thank you for commenting, and subscribe for more videos. I'm going to try to post once weekly, probably on Saturdays. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Bye.